Greetings, fam. How are you? I'm praying blessings of shalom, peace to your dwelling. And I'm just so thankful for divine love, for divine justice. In case you have lost sight of that or lost sight of the hope, just know that your divine team has your back and they surely will truly come through for you. So don't give up and keep it moving. Keep it moving forward. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. You came here for a reason. This message is for you. If it encountered your path, it is a timeless reading. Let's magnetize to the divine. Let's plumb line to divine truth and not to the hopeless narrative that may be encountering you in the 3D, because it is but a vapor. Ever, quickly. Wow. You cannot make this stuff up. In case you didn't catch my last video, please catch it. I believe, oh man, sometimes I have a hard time remembering all the titles. It was about the catalyst. Remember the one about the catalyst? So check that one out, because what I'm seeing here is it seems like it's going to be an echo, or not an echo, but probably 111. It's going to be a part 2. It's going to be a part 2 to that catalyst based on the one card that I'm seeing here. It happens to literally be standing up right now. I would show you, but I don't want to get my camera situation all messed up. So all of them have jumped out and landed face down, except for this one that's literally standing up, leaning against one of my card decks. I mean, can't make this stuff up. So, and it is, you'll see why when you go check out the catalyst message. And then also, just in case you haven't caught it, I scribed a message on the 25th at 3:49 a.m. and it starts off by saying, like, be watchful of the watching eyes. So I believe that's a message for all of us. Don't be afraid. We don't have to get scared. It's no fear. Our divine team is here to guide us. That's why they bring us these messages, okay? Thank you, divine team. Thank you for using me as the vessel to bring forth the message and the guidance for our collective here. Okay, wow. I just pray that you would bring forth the message for the collective. What do you want the people that are here under the sound of my voice to hear? Okay, so so what I'm hearing here, okay, so and this is so crazy that I shouldn't be so impressed every time this happens, but it still just blows my mind. The message that I just scribed was watch the watchful eyes, watch the watching eyes, and it's all about using discernment to see who's drawn to your light, because they are truly for you and for your divine identity, and they're on your divine team, and they're for the, to see the light prevail, or who is simply just fascinated by it because it's unique and rare and interesting to look at, totally neutral. And then there's some that are like, ooh, that divine light, I could objectify that, I could have it, I just want to have it, because out of like this sense of greed or objectification or whatever. So that was a channeled message that I scribed. I wrote just straight from the ether. And then here we have discernment as the first card, and saying that you need to use discernment, because that how interesting. What I'm hearing is that that rarity about you is actually, it is the thorn in your side. 409, as I looked up. How many of us ever encountered that moment in life where it was like, I wish, not necessarily I wish that I was different, but maybe it went that far, but just having this like curiosity for those who don't have divine purpose, who don't have a divine light, who don't really like feel led or drawn to anything, and they're just kind of bouncing around life, kind of just in whatever, like in the bubble of their own selfish kind of, and they're not doing it on purpose necessarily, they just don't have that purpose pull. There have been times where I'm like, wow, what's that like to just like live your life and not feel pulled by anything, or not feel like you're constantly in pursuit of some mission or like purpose, vision. because I've had that for my entire life, ever since I was a little girl. Purpose was the first word that I kind of latched onto, and I knew that I had purpose and that we have purpose, and I didn't think I was any more important than other people. I just had this revelation young. And then for people that don't have this like purpose pull, there were times in my life where I'm like, wow, what's that life? Because it would be so much more simpler to just, choose a job that made the most money, or just choose the path that was the easiest, or instead of being constantly pulled by this purpose. So all of that being said, you probably, if you're here, you had some experience like that. So utilize your discernment. The thorn in your side is that pull of purpose that is on your life, and there's no escaping it. But the beautiful thing is that you chose that before you came here. You and your divine team, you and spirit, you knew that who you were going to be, and you're awakening, you're remembering who you are, 555s, and you will remember as you go, and your divine team is here with you, whether you can see them or not, whether you can sense them or not. The synchronicities, being brought to channels like this, being brought to voices that will repeat the same message. You'll find the repetition of the message coming to you and confirming things for you. So don't just take me and don't just take something from one person or one source. Make sure that it comes to you in 2 or 3 or 4, make sure I believe 3 or more is probably the safest if you're looking for divine wisdom about something. And look for it to not just come from voices, from external voices, but ask your divine team to also show you in your 3D world. Will always be confirmations, and they'll happen in a lot of different ways, through people, signs, symbols, synchronicities, animals. You will be shown when you really desire to be shown. And healing ancestral trauma is a main assignment, and also a main mission, and also a main blessing. Like, it's not just on you. This is like a divine collective, the entire collective plus our spirit team collective, like in the 3D and spiritually, everybody is working together to bring forth the implementation of the ancestral trauma that is causing us to relive issues that have already been resolved. Okay? And what was interesting is the father wound card came out of this. And so this is what caught my attention. This was the card that was standing up, because the mother wound card came out in the last reading, the one that was about the catalyst and about the spirit setting off a catalyst of healing through the mother wound. And then now the father wound is coming up, and let's see what more there is to say just about how important it is to take time to heal ancestral trauma. It is not a waste of time. It is not the less important thing. It's the most important thing, because as we heal our subconscious mind, it will surely, it's what can uproot the gunk that's in our subconscious that we're carrying from our lineage, that will then break cycles for the future. Utilize your third eye to not only do meditations to see the vision of this being seen through, see it in your mind's eye, script it down, what it would look like. I'm so great. And maybe you don't even know, maybe you're not aware of what the father wound, how it has manifested, what it looks like, how it is. So you can script, like, I am so grateful now that the father wound in my lineage is now healed, resolved, as if it never existed at all. And then you write that down. Thank you, divine team, that the father wound in my lineage is now completely resolved and completely absolved. I don't know if that's the right word. I'm just flowing with it right now. Completely resolved and absolved as if it never existed before. Then read that aloud, and then take a moment and visualize it being played out in your mind. And you can even ask your divine team as you tap into your third eye, and ask your divine team to give you the vision. Please give me the vision of what it would look like to experience that healing in my life now. Now, this does not mean that you have to go backward in your relationships or remove boundaries. You are dealing with these things from the spirit realm for the now and the future and the ripple effect that it will have. Does not mean that you have to go running in the 3D trying to resolve things. 1010. You do not have to go running in the 3D trying to resolve things with people. Just do these spiritual practices and allow the divine team to handle it from there. Okay? Because not everybody, just because you're sending healing to an issue from your state of consciousness does not mean that everybody else is operating at that state of consciousness, and that they may or may not be open to these things. But you can still send the prayer, and it will indeed impact whomever it is meant for, and the divine team will formulate the impact. Okay? And so remember that you walk in favor. So just know that this is going to be, as you the vessel here, utilize your voice and your writing, your action, and then your visualization to send forth the prayer, to initiate the declaration, to be the catalyst, to set it forward. The divine team you have favor, and the divine team will initiate, and the electrons who are awaiting, the observation of it to be different. We have to send the thought forms out into the quantum field to initiate the application of the Tetelestai paid in full in order to see it play out, if that makes sense. And then begin clarifying your vision. Start writing out, what do you want your life to look like? What do you want it to look like in a year from now? What do you want it to look like in 5 years from now? What do you want it to look like in 10 years from now? Refer back to that. I just saw 1212. Refer back to that video of the one where I said combining scripting and the revision technique to write a living eulogy, and start writing down, imagine it being a year from now. Wow, it's only been 1 year. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's only been 1 year, and I am now da 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 da. I am now this, and our family is now this. And it is incredible because our abundance skyrocketed and life just kept getting better and better. And use more specifics that are relevant to your path, but you can also speak in these generalities and allow the universe, allow creation to show you how good it gets. And I am just so blessed and grateful because the universe has shown me how good it gets. And in 5 years from now, wow, our family has grown. Look at these miracles. Look at this, whatever it may be. And begin writing it as it is so, and take a moment to visualize that, and do it regularly. Maybe every single day you don't catch it, but remember to do it. And when you remember, take 5 minutes to do this. You're literally co-creating the dream world, and the dream life that you have in your heart, and the desires of your heart are meant for you. You were born with them so that the divine team could carry them out, because you are made in the image of God. So you have the likeness of God. You have the intentions, the good. And then if you're like, well, I don't know, that feels like a lot, like that feels too much responsibility. You can say, and I'm so grateful that this happened, and even more, this or something better according to the highest good of the Good Shepherd's intentions for us. You can always add that little caveat to the end, like, thank you that this happened, or something even better that was even more beautiful for my divine identity, and that was and those who are related to me or connected to me. Thank you that our highest, dreamiest timeline manifested through the fullness of revelation of Tetelestai paid in full. Okay? And then I'm hearing autumn. So when I'm recording this right now, we just finished autumn, but let me think. So it's summer in the southern hemisphere. whenever this either could be a name, so this could be significant for a name, but it also could be clarify your vision, because by autumn, the next autumn that comes around, there will be either a new opportunity you want to be ready for it, or it's just going to be a blessing, a surprise, a knock on your door. And ooh, that's interesting. I said knock on your door. Very interesting. Okay, so is there anything else? Just remember that you walk in favor. Take the time to heal ancestral trauma, and know that the healing, that you are here breaking cycles for generations. So congratulations and thank you for doing that, because as we each do this in the collective, we collectively transmute pollution, transmute darkness, and we are illuminating, we are utilizing the divine fire that's within us and burning off that pollution, that then transforms atmospheres. So what good news. Be blessed, be well, be free.